Hi, Khrystal. Thank you for sitting down with me to speak about your role as a communication specialist for the targeted support to CDEMA Project. Tell me about how you have provided visibility for the project.
So I have been on the project since 2020, essentially giving visibility to the different activities that are executed. The project is funded by Global Affairs Canada, so we had a few strategic outcomes that I would have provided support to. For example, giving awareness about the regional response mechanism, the teams, what is done, especially in the response period after impact. So I would have done quite a bit of work after the eruption of La Soufrière. I've done some work following Hurricane Beryl. Also giving visibility to the Caribbean Early Recovery Fund and the beneficiaries and the stories that would have been told given the donations, the grants that were given to Antigua and Barbuda, Belize, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, and the Grenadines. So a lot of work has been done, but it has been impactful for me to be able to tell the stories of the project on a whole.
Why is visibility and communications for a project such as the TSCP so important?
It's important not just for the donors so that persons know that the international support is there to support the region. It's important to tell the stories of the beneficiaries, which again is my passion, actually showing how the activities would have made an impact. So it's one thing to say 29 persons benefited from a training. It's another to say, well, these persons now have the technical capacity, the ability to advance their work going forward. They can now make a difference in their community, and the persons around them benefit from the specific training they would have received. So it's about the storytelling for me, it is about the impact, and it is about how lives have been changed.
What has been your most memorable or rewarding experience to date on the project in terms of the work you've done?
Okay, there are quite a few things I could highlight. The first I would say was St. Vincent and the Grenadines, when we were able to see the work of the Caribbean Early Recovery Fund, the interviews that would have been done with the farmers, with the principals of the schools to show how new renovations, how new equipment would have provided the support they needed following the explosive eruption of La Soufrière. I really enjoyed the regional search and rescue training in 2022 and 2023, actually seeing persons in action, getting the necessary training with the search and rescue, but also the field exercises, and seeing how they were able to use that information going forward to actually be a part of the regional CDEMA system as a response unit.
Are there any innovative approaches, tools, or technologies you've used to advance the visibility and communications of the project?
So I'm a Canva girl. I will always advocate for the ease of using Canva, for the flexibility of it. We're actually sitting in a booth that was completely designed in Canva. I love to make reels because there's one thing to post pictures, but once you actually do a reel and you show persons engaging, persons doing different things, that it kind of brings it home a little bit more. So for example, for the same search and rescue training, I think it was 2023, I did a reel where they did the field exercise, and then I had a little Mission Impossible song in the background. And you know that's something that I would have done because that's naturally my personality, but to actually give it a little more life than to just be a training, I think that for sure is one of my strategies. And again, the storytelling aspect more than the reporting aspect, so that persons could feel what the project has done.
Thank you, Khrystal, for your time.
Thank you so much for allowing me to share my experiences in a nutshell, the past 4 years working on the targeted support to CDEMA Project.